And we're talking about talent. We're talking about talent here. Obviously, Vasily Lomachenko, a little older, but he still has a chance to win a title against Kambosos. We all think he's going to win, right? I don't think Kambosos poses any threat. I don't care where they fight. I don't care if they fight in a desert in Australia. He's not winning that fight.
Yeah, I think for the most part we feel like a guy like Vasily Lomachenko, and like you say, he's a little bit older, up in age, but he's still ultra talented, still ultra skilled. I would say he's maybe if he was a 10 out of 10 at his prime in his elite, he's still probably like a 9 out of 10, and that's still good enough to beat a guy like George Kambosos. I don't expect us to get no Pacquiao versus the opponent that he lost to in Australia. I don't expect that kind of fight. I think Vasily Lomachenko will show his experience, his talent, his speed, and outbox a very game and a very hungry George Kambosos. But ultimately, I see Vasily Lomachenko winning. Uh, hopefully, we get on robbery. Hopefully, we get on controversy, and we see Vasily Lomachenko get a title and become a champion once again.
Yeah, and I'm going to draw my official prediction. I think he wins by decision. I think Kambosos will be too proud to stay down in front of his people. It's going to be a jam-packed stadium over there in Australia. I'll look up what specific time the fight is right now, but yeah, I think he survives. Obviously, Lomachenko not the biggest guy at 135. Kambosos isn't either. Kambosos is not a big puncher. Usually, the guys who give Lomachenko are the guys who are much bigger than him or much stronger than him. Kambosos is neither of those two, so I think this should be a pretty easy fight. No disrespect, but I can see like a 10-2 for Lomachenko. Like I said, I don't care where it is. I don't care if it's in the Ukraine, in the States, in Australia, in the ocean. Man, Lomachenko's winning this fight 10 times out of 10.
Yeah, I think George Kambosos he maximized on that win over Teofimo Lopez, and look at all these fights that he got. Again, he got great paydays with Devin Haney. Was able to bring those fights to his homeland. He's doing that with Vasily Lomachenko, another great payday. Again, no disrespect to George Kambosos, good fighter, but just he's not on that elite level. And again, just getting these kinds of paydays is he's got to be happy. Again, he got on camera after that Teofimo win, and he was, just doing a lot of presses. He was doing a lot of broadcasting work, and so he maximized on this performance. But I think it's going to catch up to him. I know that everybody always says, these Canelos, the Vasily Lomachenkos, nobody beats Father Time. Eventually, they're going to get old overnight. But I do not, I don't think it happens to Vasily Lomachenko in this fight. We saw him, what he did to Devin Haney, a very competitive fight. I know that you had him winning. I had it very close. He still has the goods. So yeah, again, he's very hungry for that title again. Again, a lot of people feel he was robbed from that, those belts against Devin Haney.
Yeah, look, Kambosos got two fights out of Haney, man. That's insane. Nobody asked for the first one. No one damn sure asked for the second one, but he got paid twice. So good for him, man. Look, here's the time that they're reporting. Time 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific to be specific. Main event ring walks approximately 11 p.m. Eastern time, 8 p.m. Pacific. And I'm really trying to look at the odds here, man. Kambosos listed as 5'9". I don't think he's that tall. Lomachenko 5'7". Kambosos 2.5 inch reach advantage. Record 21-2. 10 knockouts only. Lomachenko on the other hand, 17-3, 11 KOs. He has more knockouts and 4 less fights. But anyway, uh, yeah, this is for a vacant title, IBF at 135. I don't know. They're not showing the odds here. I'm very intrigued by what the odds look like, Chris. I don't know if you've looked them up or you saw any numbers, but I would think that Lomachenko's the big favorite here.
Yeah, I haven't seen them. I would feel like the odds would be like minus 400 for Vasily, if not higher. Um, but yeah, again, a guy like George Kambosos, even if he tries to rough him up, tries to make it physical, you know, Lomachenko is a veteran. He's got so much experience on his side. I don't see in another Orlando Salido kind of moment. I don't see like I said, a Pacquiao, Jeff Horn kind of moment. I think Vasily just has too much experience. on his back end. And again, Kambosos should just be happy that he's got like this great payday. I think even the Australian fans who are great fans, they get behind their fighters. They're just like the UK fans. They come in numbers. I think even they know that Kambosos is not the type of guy to beat a guy like Vasyl Lomachenko. Again, that Devin Haney fight. Well, a lot of people felt Lomachenko won. If that guy beat our guy in George Kambosos, what chances does he have against a guy like Vasily?
Yeah, that's why this man says he says Lomachenko beat Haney. I 100% agree. But yeah, look, going back to the paydays, he got two Devin Haney paydays, and now he's getting one against Loma. So, not sure where Cambosos goes after this. We're already writing him off, Chris. Disrespectful, huh? But he's not winning the fight. Let's just be honest. But, um, he did recently sign a promotional deal with Top Rank, obviously, so they gave him this fight. We'll see where he goes after this. He might just become a stepping stone for those guys at 135. There's a lot of talent coming up, so they might use him that way. That's usually how boxing works, right? Those veterans, they start using them as stepping stones, as gatekeepers. But we'll see. Hopefully, he's an exciting fight. I'm excited to watch Lomachenko. He's always an exciting fighter to watch. And I don't think we're gonna get that many fights out of Loma, man. Maybe 2, 3 more years in his career. So let's enjoy it. He's a generational talent, the Matrix. We'll see what he can come up with. Now he's going on the road. He's done it before. He fought Luke Campbell, I believe, in the UK. Now he's going over there in Australia. I'm sure it's gonna be jam packed. I'm sure, the people will be there for Kambosos, but they'll be very pleased to be able to watch a P4P talent like Loma. And yeah, I think he wins an easy decision. I don't have much to it here. I did look up the odds here. It says Lomachenko's a minus 650 favorite on here. Let's see what DraftKings has him at. Minus 700. Kambosos plus 450. Let's see what the outcome. The KO plus 250 for Loma. Draw plus 2,000. If you bet for Kambosos, let me see. Plus 800, plus 1,400 for a KO for Kambosos. So, yeah, man, these odds look just about right to me. Loma, the big favorite, and he should get a W this Saturday.
Question, Gio. I know like it's been, obviously as you go up in the divisions and as you're fighting bigger guys, you're not likely to knock them down. Do you think Lomachenko knocks down George Kambosos, or do you think the size disparity just sees Lomachenko winning a decision?
I think you can knock him down. I think, man, Loma's sneaky. I think, a lot of times those boxers say it's not how hard you punch, but where you land it, how well you land it. If your opponent doesn't see it, that's where you can create that damage. And I think that's going to be the case in this fight. I can see Kambosos getting hurt to the body. I can see Lomachenko sneaking those straight lefts, something that Kambosos maybe won't be able to catch. Haney struggled with that the whole second half of the fight. He even told his daddy, like, "Hey, Dad, man, he keeps hitting me with that same punch." Daddy Bill didn't know what to do. But yeah, I can see Kambosos getting hurt in this one. But like I said, I think he survives. I don't know about you. How much do you trust that Kambosos chin?
I think I think he's got a good chin. I think he's got good size advantage over Lomachenko. I just think Lomachenko's accuracy is at a different level, and especially in those later rounds, especially that ninth round, which I think he loves. I think he loves that round. I think it's one of those rounds that some of these fighters just decide to take off, and that's where his stamina kicks in, his second win, his accuracy, and he just I don't know something. There's something magical about that ninth round for Lomachenko. But I think something like that similar happened. I want to ask you: do you think we're being a little disrespectful to George Kambosos? Gio, he does have a size advantage. He is fighting at home. He has knocked down bigger guys like Teofimo. Do you think we're being a little disrespectful?
Not at all. Not at all. I think I'm being fair. Big Bro says Loma late round stoppage. I think we're being fair. It's just levels to this. I like Cambosos. I just never considered him one of the top guys, even though he was undisputed. I mean, come on, man. Um, Even though he did have all the titles, I never really consider him the top dog. He doesn't have power. He has 10 KOs and 21 wins, I believe it was. Um, but he is an exciting fighter. He's going to show a lot of heart. He struggled against, who was it, Maxie Hughes, or who did he struggle with against recently? It was a terrible fight. So it's not like he's coming in with a ton of momentum or anything. But I think we're being fair, and most of it has to do with his lack of power, and he just hasn't beaten the top dogs like that. I think the Teofimo, I don't want to call it a fluke, but I think, yeah, Teofimo slipped up. Maybe wasn't healthy. Maybe got overconfident. But let's be honest, besides that, we haven't seen Kambosos do much. So I think I'm being fair. Respectfully, respectfully.
Yeah, I would say if Kambosos were to shock and surprise us, because the crazier stuff has happened in boxing. But if you were to beat Vasily, it would be up there with Jeff Horn beating Manny Pacquiao. And I know a lot of people feel like he didn't win against Manny Pacquiao, but it would be up there for sure. So it would be another upset, another shocker for the calendar year.
Yeah, it would definitely be a shocker, but hey, if it's a close fight, man, and they can get a rematch out of this, man, don't be shocked. Hint, hint. But yeah, I don't see how. I don't think it's gonna be that close of a fight, honestly.